Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to be trading XRP USDT live. We are going to be trading not on this, but I'm gonna be trading on the laptop screen only. But this is just for that the black screen that is always there. That is not there. It's just a kind of. I have just placed the camera in front of this, and now you guys can see this chart as well. And I will be. This is the BTC USD chart, but we are going to be trading XRP. So let me present my screen to you guys, and yes, let's present it. And now you guys can see the chart as well, and also you can see the screen as well. So let's continue with today's live stream. And okay, so this is a kind of trade that I had caught, and the thing that I deployed was my modified fib, which I deployed around from here to here, and price has come till that point and rejected off of that zone. That's nice to see. Let me connect. But that's going to disconnect that in the. Yeah, that's the problem. It's going to disconnect it here. No problem. We're going to cut that out. Now, still, you guys can see the chart as well. Yeah, no problem. Now, let's go. How do I log out, bhai? How do I log out? Let me refresh this page and then log out and sign out. We change this stock to BTC USD. Let me put this to full screen, and then let me just grab it to here. Now I think you guys are able to see it. Perfect. Now let me connect it over here. I think now we are, yes, now we are here. Let me just reset the chart view. Now here one thing that we can see over here is we were currently in an uptrend. We were currently in an uptrend if you look at this. Fine. So we were in an uptrend, but suddenly there was a huge downfall from this order block area. When we came down, we made a little bit of lower low, but then the price couldn't create another lower low. Price shifted till here, but not bullish yet. We're still waiting for a bullish confirmation yet. But if you see, this is definitely a change of character. Right over here, it is a change of character. Okay, I might be wrong in this video a little bit, but bear with me, guys. I'm going to show you how to just kind of make this everything. I will show you. Now our last last order block on the break of structure that caused the change of character. Now here there is nothing that caused the change of character. It's just this last order block area which caused the change of character. Now we know it. It's the change of character. Now guys, earlier what I taught you guys was, I'll show you. I think it is already here. I have already kept it somewhere. I don't know now. But in the previous kind of live streams, what I told you, that also works, but I would like prefer a high quality trade setup. So earlier I had told you the candlesticks, like if this is a candle, just colors right now don't matter. I'll just want to explain you. If this is a candle, and I said if there is another candle about here, somewhere, and the wick height is equal, that means that it's not gonna work. It's actually wrong. It is the opposite. It's going to work. Sometimes it's gonna work. Sometimes it's not gonna work. It works sometimes, but sometimes it does not work. So this was a little bit information was wrong over here. So you can change this information. Okay. So you can change this. So now what is the I want to teach here is this one is absolutely correct, guys. Now I'm telling this one. So uptrend it's going on, and price failed to create a higher kind of high. Then it did, suppose it did this and then went down, or maybe even this. Wait, came above here, and then finally a change of character right over here. Now when you get this change of character over here, exactly on this leg, now the first break of structure which is there, which is the actual one that caused this whole change of character. So if you see, if there must be a kind of order block right over here. So if this is an order block, now price has not previously mitigated this zone. Mitigated meaning tapped into this zone. So we can use this order block. So now what we could do here is we could create a short positions from it. We can just create a short positions, keeping it just above the order block or the OB, whatever you wanna call it, and target. Suppose sell side liquidity we need to target, and suppose price moves further down, a little bit of pullback, further lower. That's actually better. Then slowly it's going to come back. But now we can target this as the max. So when we target this, what's the price going to do is it's gonna strongly come up to that zone, making the retail traders think that it's going to actually go to the upside. It's going to go a little bit into your SL, then swiftly it's gonna break this, then maybe even tap again over here, and then this, and then this. So that's going to be your basic model over here. So breakout structure you need to look for. That's very easy that you can look. You just need to fulfill the requirements of the order block. Perfect. Now we know that. Okay. Now, oh wow, 6 minutes. We are already live 6 minutes. So quickly. Now let's backtest one trade over here. This is one trade that I had backtested. And also if you want to draw out your modified fib, I'll show you. This is the modified fib. Look at the settings of this. Look at the settings. Take a screenshot. Done, guys. Okay. Now we're gonna take this out. Okay. Now if I also look with the modified fib over here, suppose our change of character happened right over here and the green candle over here. Now look at this 0.79 zone and 0.62 zone. This is the zone where the price bounces off of in the modified fib. And this is also the premium zone where you're gonna sell. So this is actually the correct one. Here if we sell, it's going to be wrong because it's going to be the premium zone. Here if you sell, it's going to be a little bit not wrong, but it can be wrong. But sometimes the order blocks there don't work. So this is a kind of a little bit guaranteed setup. And I have also checked it with some like ChatGPT also I've used in this. Now if I show you with this fib, the topmost point to the change of character in the last green candle in this, I'll show you where was the change of character. Was it here somewhere? Let me check. I think over here somewhere. Yes. Look at this. Same zone. Not do not consider this thing. I'll show you what I am saying not to consider. Do not consider this. This was the previous move. Consider this moves. These moves. Now see price tapped into it again down, tapped into again, and then major fall and then tapped into again and major fall. Continue down, lower, and then we officially take out our TP. So that's how it's gonna work, but you need to practice it on the charts again. And yeah, it's gonna require a lot of practice, I would say. If you don't practice, you're not going to be able to make it in trading. I'm already saying. Even my goal I have set for the next 3 months. I have set my goal. Now look at that. Now what I'm doing is I'm waiting for a change of character. Now this, let's wait for this candle closing. We need a candle closing above. I don't think so. This is a change of character. Let's see. But we cannot see. The thing is that we cannot see. I don't know if this is a. It might be. It might be. Let's take it. Let's take it as a change of character right over here. Yes. So if you see, this was the liquidity sweep. We can say these are equal highs, equal lows, meaning the price can take out these, but this we do not need to consider. This has already been mitigated, and we can take the this order block. So this is the move, and our order block is sorry. This is our order block. This one. Let me make it a little bit. Yeah, here. Yes, this is our order block because our last red candle. Now we take out our modified fib and check from the lowest point to the highest point because this was the last swing candle at the top. At this zone, we can take a trade. Or if you want to take it at this zone, it's fine. You can take it there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it below this. There will be a lot of liquidity. We might get taken out on this liquidity, but I think it's going to go to the upside. So it's going to go till at least here. If it goes, let me slow it down so that we can actually see. It's going to be interesting a little bit. Let's see price comes or not. Okay, Okay, we got a little bullish reaction, almost taking out our SL. See, our TP1 should be this one then. This should always be our TP1. I'll show you why. Now let me take out my fib. So in the fib also you can see price almost, but it was in the discount zone. So it was kind of correct zone to buy. Now if you see over here, our target one will be this only because this is the premium O zone. After this the price is overbought. So if we see what happened, it might tap into the zone again maybe. Let's see what happens. Problem is if there are equal highs, equal lows, then the problem is greater. Because liquidity is resting there and it might be taken out. And I think we are very lucky it's missing our stop loss again and again by a very small amount, I would say. But the thing is that here there are equal highs, equal lows. So below this we have to give O. So we should keep it probably right over here somewhere. Then it should be here. Because this is the lowest wick. So I think it should be right here. But let's see. Yeah, still. Was there any news? Because in the news this is not applicable. This technique does not work in the news, so do not try to use it. 28th of March. No, this is 29th. Today's. So how is 29th? 28th is here. Okay, so price came falling down, crashing down. Okay, no problem. Let me check. Is this mitigated? I don't think so. It's previously mitigated. It came down and went a little bit to the upside, showed a bullish reaction. Now let's look what the price does after this. Either it was not a, yeah, it's not a change of character. We were wrong. Not a change of character. Fine. That's why it took out. So change of character is very important to look at. Now that's the thing we are going to be looking at next. Now what I'll do is I'm going to look at a smaller kind of chart. It's not going to be that big. Now we make it a little interesting. Now this look, there is some kind of news on this day. I think that's why so much of steep falls are there. It's laggy, very laggy. Let's go on to the 30 minutes. And what I'm going to do is let's yeah. So now it needs to break this because that's a break of structure right there down. That's a change of character. Now let's mark everything on the chart first of all. That's not gonna confuse us then. Now this is a break of structure right over here. Now our equal high equal low setup lies over here. So this should be our TP1. I think we should target till here only max. This should be our max. Maybe if we want to take the topmost target, we can take that as well. This one. Let's see if we can target this. But first, let's see if there are any order blocks. Now, look at this. This was the first break of structure. After this, there was another break of structure. If you look, this directly was the break of structure. If you look at that, so this was the break of structure. Fine. So we need to look at the first break of structure. Now, first break of structure is where? Tell me that. No, this candle is so big. Of course, it's not going to be the one now. This one is mitigated. Look at that. Now, this one has not been mitigated. Has it been? No, I think it's going to be considered mitigated if you look. Because we consider the three consecutive candles we can consider. But let's take it as no problem. We're going to take it. Now, when the price will fall down here, because this is also mitigated. This is also mitigated. So there is only this one in the kind of that zone, discount zone. I think let's even check it. If this is not, then let's see. Now lowest most point to the highest most point. This is the last green candle here. It's still in the premium zone. Still in the premium zone. So if what if we place it right over here? then it's gonna be already be mitigated, and it's once mitigated it shouldn't work twice. So it's mitigated, so it shouldn't work twice. I don't think so it will work twice. I'm thinking it's gonna be this one only, but it's almost same, so I think we can take it. But the entry should be right over somewhere here. Let's see, guys. I don't think so. It's a very good setup because obviously we are buying in the premium zone. So how it should be? It shouldn't be. Wait a second. Let's see it. Let's see it. Wait, guys. Let's see it. Now till here we had dragged it. Now let's drag it till here. Then maybe because it has never came into the zone after that point of time. So now maybe this is looking to be a good setup. Let's see what happens to this setup. Okay, stopped out and strong selling. But let's see what happens after this. Wow, look at that. TP1 should have been taken out, but look at this also. There is definitely liquidity sweeps. Everything is happening. I mean, yeah, this model should work. I don't know why it's not working right now. It should work because our here what we are doing is we are looking at the first breakout structure. Fine, or we can use this one also. I think we can use. Let me check what is the thing here because we are not understanding charts very carefully here. Wait, let's mark everything. Now, what was supposed to be the thing? This was the last breakout structure, right? This was the last BOS, so we mark it as the BOS. This was the change of character, so we can mark it as our change of character. Now, this is our bullish breakout structure, so we mark it as BOS. This was another breakout structure. Let's look at this also. This was another, I think, breakout structure. Yeah, this is another breakout structure. And but this was already mitigated, this thing. But if we would have even taken this one, it's gonna be very small reaction. This was. I mean, it's not a big reaction. Very big reaction is from down there. And even if we take this order block, for example, I'm just saying, still we are not going to be able to get that move. It was a liquidity sweep then. Now, where was our order block? It was about here. This was our complete valid order block. This was, or we had to, taken this one. Let me just check. Let me just check, guys. Let me just check. There was another breakout structure. Oh my god, this advertisement. I think we are not identifying change of character carefully. We need to identify change of character. Because this is not normal if that price has made another kind of lower low over here. It is not that common. It's not common at all. The price has made another lower low. How has it made? Either it is a liquidity sweep that has happened, and if the in that case we should have taken our entry about from here, keeping our SL about this much, and our target is going to be the same or just this much. We should have targeted. That was a risk to reward of how much? 5. But still I don't think so this was a valid setup. This was a valid setup. It's completely valid. I don't know why it didn't work, but we got definitely some buying from here. But it was very small buying. I don't know why it was not that big of a buying. But like we suppose we took it from here and we kept our SL. I mean we think did it around from where did we, I'm just not able to understand this. But we I think did it from this zone. I think definitely we did it from this zone. And entry was a little bit I think late we had taken. No, if this is this one then entry must be this only. This shooted up and then comes down. Takes no, at least this much I think we had. I think I had kept it somewhere around here. So even if we target this, it's very low risk to reward. If you look, SL is bigger, so it didn't go into our favor, quite into our favor, but it took out our SL and then to the upside. Let me just solve it and I'll explain you guys. Okay, the order block was not clean, it says. So let's look on to another example then. Let's carefully now look because I will not. Now look, uptrend is going on. So let's wait for a change of character in this chart. Okay, now let's just look for shorts. Let me just look for shorts. That is a change of character. I don't know why I'm taking everything as change of character. So I don't think so. This was the change of character. This was the actual change of character. So I'll take this as my change of character, not that one because that does not seem very clean and all everything. So now if we take from now let's look at our BOS, which is in our case this one. Then we copy paste it to this because this is also another break of structure, which is a bearish break of structure. So we take this another break of structure. Now from this is one break of structure. So now if we would have started from this point, now let's also look actually onto this. I'll show you. Let's look onto this part and let's drag it down to, I would say, this part only, or maybe even this part. That's directly in our zone, lying in our zone. So I think we can take the short trade from about here. Let me put into there. I think we should keep it around here, and target one should always be this. I guess this should be our target only, but we are taking big targets. I don't know why. But 1% is a very huge target with 41. That's only 340 waves stop loss and 1000 something we are targeting. But the not to forget this is okay. Okay. Now let's see what happens after that. Does price really come down after it? No. Price stays up, consolidates. Okay. Price is coming down to our intended direction. I don't know why it didn't come. It's just taking out our SLs. That's the thing. Stop losses are taking up. It's just I don't know, today is a stop loss day. That's why I didn't trade actual. I'm just modifying it. That's why I'm just modifying this. That's why I'm not taking any trades nowadays. It was a that trade that I took was a little bit earlier, but now I'm just backtesting. I'm not doing any actual trades. So that's the case. Now this ChatGPT is so bullshit. Problematic. Okay, let's test our original model only then. Let's do that double top one. Let's look at that. I will just explain. Not explain, but I'll test it myself and you also backtest it.